In a previous video, I showed you how this all worked and did a sound quality test. But in this video, I'm going to show you how it's basically all wired up and how everything works. Plus, I've added a little homemade dynamo to it. That really only works when you're going faster than 15 miles an hour, which is unfortunate. So basically how this works is you have a battery down here, which is a 20 amp hour battery. And then that gets charged by this charger here, and you'll notice that it's a European charger. So all you have to do really is get an adapter, because it does handle 100 to 240 volts. So that's pretty neat. I do have a GPS that I put on there, and I'm gonna actually probably make it so that I'll be able to charge it using my dynamo. So as long as I'm going over 15 miles an hour, I get to charge the GPS. So that's pretty cool. Basically, you got the battery, which then runs into which wires does that run into? One of these wires. Oh yeah, this one. Which then runs around here and runs up and over to the back of the stereo. But to be able to turn it off and emulate the car's accessory position when you'd have a radio installed in the car, I have two switches up there. The one on the top, whoops. Okay, there we go. The one on the top mutes it. So basically, it's basically your phone attenuator. So it doesn't really, it basically will just attenuate it. So it's still playing, just not as loud. The bottom one is the switch to turn on and off, and that mimics the accessory position on a car. So that way you can turn the radio's power on and off without it losing all of its features and such, all the stuff you set up on it. And it constantly gets power because it's powered with the battery. So, and I normally have the charger plugged in anyway, so I can have 100% charge whenever I want to, go and ride. So then I have a Boston Acoustics compact reference speaker and two HP speakers. And if you look down at the bottom here, you see what I did was I used a grill, a metal grill from a cheesy Ion, I think, brand speaker. And I just cut that using a Dremel and took screws and screwed that into the bottom of the speaker. And that speaker is what holds everything on. And if you look down here, you see right there, behind that regulator, is the thing that keeps it steady when you're going over like bumps and such. Because if that's not there, it'll vibrate an absolute ton. And all this stuff was tested very much so. Now, how the headlamp and 5-volt thing is going to work is you got two capacitors down there, and those both get charged using that little motor from a really cheesy Sony CD player, and that then runs up those wires and charges those two capacitors, which then runs up that wire and charges that powers that regulator, which then regulates a 5-volt output. The problem is the magnets aren't too great, so it really does you need to be going fast to be able to get it to turn on, unfortunately. So yep, it's pretty simple. I'm sure most of you will understand basically how to do this. About weight, I don't notice a difference really. It only really adds like 5 or 6 pounds, which is significant actually. It's probably around 30 or 40% of the like 20 or 30% of the actual weight of the bike, but whatever. Your tunes keep you motivated. So yeah, that's basically it about how it was built. So thank you for watching. This has been Joshua's Recordings. I'm Joshua, and thank you for watching.